I need to preface this by saying that my wife is not the villain in this story. We had to make the adult decision to put our dog down. And it sucks being an adult. And we had to make the next adult decision, which was to not get another dog, because our kids were busy with soccer and baseball, and we were busy watching them play soccer and baseball, and there was no room in our life for a new dog. So 2 weeks later, when I was walking through the animal shelter, I was not there to get a dog. The animal shelter is a block from my shop, and when I would go out to lunch, I could hear the dogs barking, and it was like a magnet, and I just went to look. And when I went in the front door, the woman with the short, spiky hair said, "Are you the new dog walking volunteer?" And I went, "Yes, I am." She said, "There's leashes. Pick any dog you want. Free dog." I went in, I grabbed a leash. There was a little shepherd dog that looked at me kind of sweetly. I took it for an hour-long walk. The dog was exhausted when we got back, and I was totally happy. I went the very next day in my lunch hour right back to walk dogs again, and that little shepherd had been adopted because a tired dog is a good dog. Right away, they start giving me more responsibility. I get to write some of the cards where you describe the dog, and it's on the kennel. And, dogs get picked up on the street. You don't know their names. You don't know anything about them. So all that stuff you read is totally made up. Now, right about this time, there were all these chihuahuas there because there was this Taco Bell commercial with a chihuahua in it. And I am a dog person, and I love dogs. But chihuahuas are less dog and more dictator. And so one of them in particular has pissed me off to no end, and I write the card, and I just name him Mussolini. And I say, "Mussolini doesn't like kids, doesn't like dogs, won't like you. Mussolini will annex your house." I hang it up as a joke, and I forget to take it down. I go in the next day, and Mussolini has been adopted. The woman with the short hair says, "This guy read the card, couldn't stop laughing. He said, 'I've had chihuahuas before, they are like that. I'm going to keep the name.'" A week later, Augusto Pinochet gets adopted. They give me more responsibility. Now I can check dogs in. That means I can go out and there's a drop-off kennel where you can just drive up and throw your dog in there and drive away. And I go out there, and there's the biggest Rottweiler I have ever seen, and he is missing an ear. And he has this horrible wound that is pussy and infected on his face, and there are scars all over him, and clearly he is a fighting dog, and I'm a little bit afraid, but there's a whole protocol for what to do. So I put these welding gloves on, and there's a little slot, and you reach in to see, does he attack? He does not attack. He just sniffs the glove and then looks me right in the eye, and he doesn't shy away, and he sees right into my soul. He is a good dog. I know he is a good dog in my heart, and I just open the cage door, which you are not supposed to do next. But he leans forward, and we rub heads, and I put a hand on him, and he leans into the affection. And I know he is a good dog. I take him straight in, and I bathe him, and I scrub his wounds, and I put disinfectant on them, and he never shies away. And the entire time, I am realizing I have to devote my life to getting this dog adopted. I name him Ajax. And I walk him every day, and I write the most glowing card for his kennel. I even put a line in there that he'll probably pick up his own poop for you. But no one ever reads the card. They see how scarred he is and what he looks like, and they just go to another dog. I start taking him to my shop on my lunch break so he can be off leash. And right away, he learns to sit. He comes to his new name. He finds my old dog's bed in the corner and he sleeps on it. And I know no one's going to adopt him. And I think I got to bring this dog home, but my wife and I have made this adult decision. And at this point in my life, I'm really trying to be an adult. And you can't make unilateral decisions about pets when you're an adult. But my family doesn't know for the last 3 months I've been volunteering at the animal shelter. I go to bed thinking I'm going to be an adult. And when I wake up in the morning, I say, I am not an adult. I'm going to get the dog, and if I love the dog, they're going to love the dog. And I go straight to the animal shelter, and I'm walking down where all the kennels are, and I get to his kennel, and there is no Ajax. Now, he's only been there a month. They couldn't have euthanized him. We don't do that. And I run to the front, and the woman with the short, spiky hair, she goes, oh, I'm so glad you're here. This retired couple came in yesterday at the end of the day, and they read your card, and they spent an hour with Ajax. I stayed late, and they adopted him. They have all the time in the world to dote on him. Isn't it great? I don't let her see me cry. And I just go back, and I put Joseph Stalin on a leash. And I take him for a walk. Thank you.